And we're on.
50,000.
Start building up some money to do some.
Go for it, Ron.
Welcome everyone, we're going to call this meeting to order. Please note that this meeting will be live streamed. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? None. Public hearings, none. Delegations, as far as I know, none. Question period? We move to the consent agenda.
Moved by Councillor Bobby Oakham, second by Councillor Ray Dufour. Be it resolved that items A1 to F7 inclusive, contained in Part 1 consent agenda, be adopted.
All right. Under the A section, questions or comments? Under the B section, questions or comments? Under the D section, questions or comments? Under the E section, questions or comments?
Ron?
Sorry?
Yeah, I was just gonna make a comment on the Community Policing Partnership Program and 1,000 Officers Partner. The grant criteria changed this year, but we had the option of staying with the old grant criteria, so the Police Services Board applied under the same thing, but the grant criteria is changing for next year for sure.
Is it going on? I was just gonna ask.
We don't know how the dollars are gonna be, but the reasons for the grant are you have to develop more community policing partnerships with other people in the community to identify people at risk, to more prevention of crime than anything else.
So I guess it deals with numbers then, like, is what you're saying?
Well,
A different outlook on policing, that's what it is.
where the policing is going is they want to develop, most of the crimes is committed by a small number of people. And often the smaller number of people have problems, okay? They could have financial problems, problems in the household, sickness, a whole bunch of different things.
Addictions.
A lot of addictions. A lot of the time, other people see that these things are going on, okay? And if you can intervene to provide better support before they get to the point where they're going to actually go out and commit crimes, you're actually preventing the crimes from happening. So that's where the policing is going in general. And our grant criteria has to support that direction.
It's like a preventative maintenance program we have in other things.
Yeah, it's really to help people before they get so desperate that they do things where they commit crimes.
Okay, one more then. Is there a place for them to go for this?
That's where you got all the community organizations in the community to get together to support that.
Okay, all right, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, under the D section, there was no questions or comments. Under the E section, questions or comments. And under the F section, it's reports, they're all available.
I just had a comment under, I don't know, comment, under the, for leisure services, I'm looking at the number for pools.
Which section is that on?
F, it's under report, but it's leisure services,
It's F1.
environmental report. And, oh my God, I noticed our numbers down from one year to the next, because I think it was Bill that brought it up. And okay, go ahead.
I can actually answer the question because I already know where it's going. I asked it already. This is actually, the numbers you're looking at are related to swipes and how many people come and go, but not how many memberships. So the actual number that we need to know and will get is the financials, which will tell whether the numbers are really down or not.
Because
Yeah.
looking at these, are certainly down.
Yeah, it makes it
from
look
year
like
over
it.
year.
It makes it look like it, but it's just that the members may or may not have come, or also there was not always, they don't always swipe, and sometimes there isn't always somebody on the front desk, and particularly so in April,
Perfect.
so.
Thank you.
Okay? You've heard the bylaw, you've heard the resolution. All in favor? Carried.
Okay, part two, the regular agenda. Item G1, moved by Councillor Bill Foster, second by Councillor Ken Duplessis. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2783/17 be adopted, being a bylaw to establish tax ratios for prescribed property classes.
Questions or comments? Go ahead, Rick.
How do we do that now? Someone, anyone?
We already have ratios.
We all already do, don't we?
Do what?
Like have ratios for,
Yeah, we have
Yes.
to adopt ratios every year.
and this is all this is,
And
right?
this, yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured, I just want, sure. of that.
Just make sure I understand, but we're adjusting these to some extent because heavy industrial, we're seeing some reduction in rates for heavy industrial, commercial, and that trend is there, so we're trying to offset what we can to households. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
But we're not allowed to set it what we want. There's a
right,
formula.
so there's a range.
There's a range.
Yeah.
Range of reasonableness that we have to adopt within, and so, you can automatically adopt what last year's was, or you can adopt for revenue neutral ratios, which is what these are, and it tries to keep the taxes in the class, the overall class, approximately the same as prior year to minimize the shifts between
Okay.
the residential, commercial, and industrial tax
Right.
classes. So that's what the ratios.
Okay.
All right, any other questions or comments? All in favor? Carried.
Item G2, moved by Councillor Ken Duplessis, second by Councillor Bobby Oakham. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2784/17 be adopted, being a bylaw to adopt optional tools for the purposes of administering limits for eligible properties within the meaning of section 331, new construction for the commercial, industrial, and multi-residential property classes.
Questions or comments? All in favor? Carried.
Item G3, moved by Councillor Ron Duplessis, second by Councillor Ken Duplessis. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2785/17 be adopted, being a bylaw to establish capping options for prescribed property classes.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Well,
Go
just to
ahead.
further identify that, capping options, what do we do to date? If
So this
anything,
is the
right?
same. It's the
It's
same
exactly it.
structure. So capping is something that was brought in the 90s when the province first switched to current value assessment, because recognizing that there were some properties, that had huge fluctuations. So this was sort of to smooth in their transition to current value assessment. And I think there's only about 5 properties or so that are still caught under the capping. And so.
Okay, it's just to move from one year to the other with a little easier transition so that,
So they don't have huge spikes.
okay.
But I mean, it's really, the first several years of the program was really the more important ones, and now it's almost more of just a pain for bookkeeping purposes. They're so
Is
small
that right?
now. Like the differences are so small.
Can they be taken out or is there,
No, well, we're in a phase out period.
oh, I see, okay.
So we're completely out for industrial because those properties have already reached current value assessment. We still have, I think, 1 multi-residential and a few commercial.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Carried.
Item G4, moved by Councillor Bill Foster, second by Councillor Bob Yocum. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2788/17 be adopted, being a bylaw to adopt the estimates of all sums required during the year and to strike the rates of taxation for the year 2017.
Questions or comments? All in favor? Carried. MOE correspondence regarding DWMQMS, whatever that stands for.
Drinking water quality management system. Something
Got
you
it.
should know.
Good. Conference and conventions, the MO conference is in August the 13th to the 16th in Ottawa. Mayor and councilor reports and announcements. Councilor Bob.
Well, thank you, Your Worship. Just a couple of things. So really glad to see the pothole repair program and the street verges and edges cleanup is well underway. Things look much better. And to be honest, when it comes to the potholes, the guy on the electric bike really, really likes to see them fixed. And also, I think it's worth noting that the province has announced changes to the OMB structure, and when it comes to appeals, seems to finally recognize that the people that should have control in most instances is going to come back to the municipalities rather than be dictated to us by senior government. Thank you.
Councilor Ray.
Good, thanks.
Councilor Roth.
Just two little things. One, I'd like to thank you, Your Worship, for calling me the other day and saying we're gonna have firewall committee of the whole meetings in the very near future. I'm happy to hear that. And I want to personally thank you again. And I wonder, Bob, if you could check with your public works. I had some people call me, the washboards, I don't know if there's something wrong with the grader or not, and I didn't have a chance today, or I went myself. My God, that Penage Road is horrible. And usually they grade them early, so I don't know what the problem is, but maybe Bob.
Well, we'll just pass it along. It'll get passed on. No problem. Thanks.
Councilor Kennedy. Councilor Bill.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that information on the OMB board, and that one of the things I hadn't realized is that the OMB board used to be empowered to determine whether the community made the best decision, not whether or not, okay, we met the regulations and stuff like that, and with somebody's interpretation of what's the best decision for the community. So now there's much more narrower, stricter interpretation of that. They will have to just see whether we met provincial and municipal bylaws, okay, and planning. Another thing I'd like to just say there, and that is that the hospital board is trying to raise money for a park attached to the nursing home area, okay, and that will be used by residents of the nursing home and the hospital and for friends and family, and that's where there's a secure area where they can go outside and be in
Not wander away.
a nature area for during the spring to fall area. There'll be a fire pit in there. There's a couple of areas where they can sit. And the Lions Club donated $25,000 towards that project.
Thank you.
That's good.
Okay, I have nothing.
Ron, mention the car show. I forgot.
Yes. The car
I
show
forgot.
Saturday. I forgot.
Oh, yes, the car show this weekend, it's coming, and we hope we're gonna have nice weather for it, right on. It looks like it's gonna be good. And,
And a breakfast at the complex that day.
8 till 11.
oh, there's breakfast. You forgot about the breakfast?
I always know what time food's on.
You just didn't wanna tell the rest of us.
Oh, no, the Masons always serve an excellent breakfast. Pardon me for not mentioning it. It's a great fundraiser.
Okay, Corporate Services Committee meeting of June 6th at 2 p.m. Regular meeting of council on June the 13th at 7:30 p.m. And adjournment. All in favor?